So I just got done watching episode 5 of Hawkeye, titled Ronin. And while I haven't been covering Hawkeye up to this point, I definitely want to discuss this episode, for a couple of reasons in particular. But first, spoiler free. Let me just say that my overall thoughts on Hawkeye are middling. It's neither unwatchable, nor is it something I go out of my way to watch. I'm not really excited about it at any particular time. In fact, I only watched this episode as it came out, specifically because we pretty much knew it was going to feature one of the worst kept secrets Marvel has had thus far, which I'll get into later. But it's not offensively bad or anything, although the LARPing episode is just about as bad as WandaVision's finale and most of Loki. Just in case you're curious about my opinion on those shows as well. There you go. But now let's delve into spoiler territory for episode 5 of Hawkeye, titled Ronin. In the very beginning, I was actually really excited to see the blip from Yelena's perspective, but then I kind of snapped out of it and realized, oh, yeah, this is just the same kind of thing they've done with the blip so far, which is just show one tiny little, almost insignificant moment, because they're too afraid to delve into the actual implications of what the blip caused the world to suffer through. Now, I understand them wanting to focus personally on Yelena's story and how it's kind of a tragedy that she missed out on the time she would have had left with Natasha, and in fact, potentially could have helped Natasha out during Infinity War and Endgame had she not been blipped. But it's just the way they've handled the blip so far has just been extremely underwhelming. I think the most intriguing glimpse of it that we got was in WandaVision, when Monica Rambeau pops back into the hospital and it's just complete chaos. But they never go farther than the moment where somebody poofs and reemerges. They're always pretty quick to sweep everything else under the rug. And at this point, it's just annoying. It's not even disappointing anymore, it's just annoying. But I'm going to go ahead and skip right to the thing that everybody wants to talk about, and that's going to be the introduction, officially, of Kingpin in the MCU. And all I can say is, why is this happening? Let me explain that a bit. So everybody has wanted to see Vincent D'Onofrio come back as Kingpin ever since Daredevil ended. He played an amazing Kingpin in that series. He was intimidating and hyper-violent at times. And all those reasons you guys loved him in Daredevil is why I don't want to see him here, because he's not going to get to be any of those things, really. Nerdrotic has said it time and time again. We're not going to see this Kingpin decapitate somebody with a car door. We're not going to see this Kingpin get into a knockdown, drag-out fight with bloody fists and busted lips and all that. And you could say, well, how do you know that? And my response to that is, look at how they've handled all the Ronin stuff thus far. We keep hearing about how dark and violent and almost evil Clint has been as Ronin in the past. And every glimpse we see of it is just bloodless and unexciting. And material like that needs to go farther. It needs to push the envelope. It needs to be along the lines of the Netflix Daredevil series. And they're just not going to be willing to do that in the MCU proper. So imagining Kingpin in this world, like, it's going to be akin to Saturday morning cartoon Kingpin. How imposing can he really be if he's just standing around threatening people? And by the way, the same goes for Daredevil when they introduce him, another poorly kept secret, which I guess we have to wait and see if it's true. You know, there's been the rumors of Daredevil being in Spider-Man No Way Home and the She-Hulk series, etc., and the upcoming Echo. That's neither here nor there. It's just everybody hoping to see it again. Like, I honestly have to ask, why do you want to see it again? Because it's not going to be what it was. The jury's still out on whether or not Deadpool 3 is going to be the movie it needs to be, even though Kevin Feige keeps insisting, oh, it'll be R-rated, it'll be R-rated. Well, we don't have any proof of that so far. We have to take him at his word, and I don't really like the guy all that much lately. But that's beside the point. I don't see the point in bringing back actors we're familiar with playing the same roles that we love them to be in if they're not going to be as good, at the very least, as good as they were before. And honestly, at this point, I don't see how it can be as good as it was before. First of all, Marvel's writing talent just isn't there these days. The actual storyline of Hawkeye so far has been... You know what, I don't want to get too far into that. It's just, I don't know, I'm asking, who out of all you guys is excited to see this show every week, is engrossed in the storyline. You know, the characters are likable. The characters are very likable. I don't like the material she's been given, but Haley Steinfeld has been great as Kate so far, and Jeremy Renner is always great as Hawkeye. He always brings that humor and that sarcasm and the kind of downtrodden average Joe, even though he has like this peak human agility and everything. You know, he just gets beat to crap all the time. But I'm very intrigued to see how the series is going to wrap up. I just truly don't think anybody should get their hopes up in regards to Kingpin. Yeah, it's cool to see him. Yeah, it's nice that he's wearing the white suit and everything, but temper your expectations or you're going to be disappointed. I can damn near guarantee it. I have no real faith in Marvel these days. As of now, my headcanon is that the MCU ended with Spider-Man Far From Home. Maybe that'll change in the near future, but that's how I feel as of now. But I kind of just wanted to get these thoughts out there and ask your guys' opinions. Seems like between this and the CW talk the other day, I'm being more negative than usual, but it's just because these companies in particular just kind of bring it out of me. But as always, I'm Baffled, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye!